The score currently 1-0 for LGD. This is the lowest bracket semifinals. The winner of this will proceed to play against eHome in the lowest bracket final, they will proceed to play against CDEC in the grand final to see who will qualify for the main event at the Summit 7. My name is Hades, and with me my co-caster PQMZ. Hello P.
Hello. We finally get some Monkey King, dude.
It's about time. It's a Boboka Monkey King. I'm excited immediately.
I feel like I'm more excited to see another Clockwork game after what we've seen so far, though. Right, many games I've seen, this Monkey King just meh. Clockwork's exciting me for some reason. I used to love this hero back in the Gyrocopter Leshrac days of TI5.
I don't know. I just feel like there's a bit of a risk factor here. I'm not sure why. Something my gut feeling tells me LGD want IG to pick the Monkey King. Does it not seem that way to you? Because they've been banning it out every single time, but for some reason they let it through. And I mean, given they do pick up the Clockwork themselves.
I feel like Clock's pretty good against Monkey. You have the way of scouting him when he's in the trees. He is pretty reliable at hooking onto him when he drops his ult, and then you can, at least in the earlier stages of the game, kill him, especially if you've got some follow-up from like an Invoker Sunstrike, Queen of Pain, Lina maybe, depending on the angles of the fight. Gives you a good way to isolate him.
But
you also don't really win trades against a Clock.
I just find it very, very hard, like, to be a lifestealer because when you pick a melee core, or at least someone who doesn't have an escape mechanism against the Clockwork, especially since you don't build into items like a Hurricane Pike, and when the Clockwork just cogs you up, what do? I mean, I guess you rage up, you hit the cogs, but that's so much time wasted.
It's less than you think because of the cogs only taking 2 hits for the majority of the game.
10 seconds remaining.
Most melee cores do suffer from that, but I think Lifestealer plays slightly differently. Depends like how they draft, but normally you get a vehicle and then the fight starts, you hook in to like counterplay.
Turn to pick.
But the damage is normally done at that point. Don't get me wrong, it can be annoying. It just depends.
Okay, so alright, Bat Rider pick. Bat Rider ban. I mean, that makes sense, right? Because, it bypasses the rage. It's a good spell. And this hero can really catch up with the jungle. All he needs is levels. But how does LGD couple up the draft right now? You pick up a Crystal Maiden, could indicate that maybe you see something like, I don't know, Earth Spirit. Maybe you might even see a Juggernaut pick again.
Maybe Ursa. A lot of teams go to that at dealing with lifesteal. I'm not sure it's as good as what it's perceived to be, but the other 2 main cores you see that dealing with lifesteal are banned out. So Ursa would be my go-to guess.
Behold the horn of Magnus.
Or we can mag. I can get behind this.
Mid Magnus?
Yeah, probably off lane. Support Clock maybe. That's super greedy though. Yeah. I'm not so sure it's good to pick it here if they're planning to do that. But you can also go Jungle Magnus as 4th position. I've seen it done many times.
9. This is there is no room for junglers in Chinese Dota. IG
what do you want about, man? Q jungled all of last game.
I'm trying to save the pubs, P. I'm thinking of the bigger picture here. Get on board.
Can't save pubs.
Get on board, P. Okay, then again, that's true.
No, screw pubs. Like, they're all shitfests and memes and griefers anyway, so who cares? There's nothing you can do to save pubs. They died like 2 years ago. It's so sad. That's why I only play stacks.
Well, I am from C. We are the actual cancer in pubs, so I know what you're saying.
I think your pubs are better, from what I've heard. Like, you actually still try to win, right? From what I've heard at least. Whereas you play NA, EU pubs, you get some 5-year-old kid, or someone who acts like a 5-year-old kid. It's like, oh, you didn't do this thing my way, I'm walking down middle lane.
I mean, I guess that's why the mute button is there.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter if someone mutes you after they've already been tilted by one thing you've said or did. Sometimes you don't even have to say anything. You just like, you take one bounty rune, you take one CS, and they just give up.
Axe.
I'm just gonna take this time to quote Russell Peters, man. Beat your kids. You gotta beat your kids, man. That's why, most of us in C, we've been beaten so hard. We're like, all right, this is shit, but we've been through worse. Just saying.
Yeah, discipline's important.
It is.
I was not disciplined enough as a kid,
10
and
seconds remaining.
luckily I think I turned out okay, but I would have been better with more discipline,
5
I'm sure.
seconds
I mean, you're
remaining.
here with Monster, powering through. So
Fire
thank you
team
once again
back.
for joining me on this cast. And well, okay, the axe comes out, and they pick the Juggernaut into the axe. But given this is a Magnus Juggernaut, I can get behind both these drafts. I think this is about execution. I want IG. I want to see a game 3, that's for sure. So IG,
10 seconds
step up your
remaining.
game. You have the Baboka Monkey King, Q Phoenix. These are your trademark heroes. And
5
Burning has had
seconds
excellent
remaining.
performances on his lifesteal so far. Even XXS on the axe. These are all their trademark
Reserve
heroes,
time.
basically. So LGD are just letting all this go through. They're either suicidal or entertainment value here. I'm not sure.
Well, they didn't really have much say in it, right? Because they pick Magnus, IG respond with Phoenix, they pick Jug, IG respond with Axe. And that's just like counter picking. I really like what IG have though. The amount of synergy between their heroes is so sick. Like, you've got so many ways to cover the egg and also monkey ult. Like a lot of people, they don't prioritize like picking a way to secure this hero's ult very much because ages ago it used to be really easy, but that's back when no one appreciated playing against the hero, and now people are better at dealing with
Dire
it.
team pick.
But you don't want to walk into a monkey ult to kill him when Axe is going to get a double triple call, Phoenix has got an egg
LGD's
that's
turn to pick.
zoning you away from him at the same time as you zone them away from the egg. It's just like there's so many levels of synergy between these heroes, and it's not just ultimates. It's like Lifestealer gets a free bomb whenever he wants through either of his supports
10 seconds
until Axe
remaining.
gets to a point where he has a blink. They have pretty strong
5
lanes,
seconds remaining.
mostly down to the fact their cores are all very easy to gank for or fight with.
Reserve time.
Don't get me wrong, LGD have really good heroes as well, but I feel like they didn't care what IG was going to pick, and IG just got the luxury of counter picking.
So LGD, we'll see whether this will be that legendary pause for Clockwork you were talking about. It feels weird though. It feels really weird. Like, how do you even?
I think it's more
How do you even
likely they do
roam?
support now.
Oh shit.
This game, you don't really roam, I feel like. It's awkward.
How do you?
Okay, yeah, so it is support clock. I don't know, I think IG just have, like... Unless this Phoenix happens to... Sorry, unless this Storm Spirit happens to have the same impact that the one from the C-Deck game did, I see it very hard for LGD to win this game.
Alright, so who would you favor more into this draft specifically? Let's call it out now. Do you think
IG, like
IG?
80%, maybe more.
we said that the previous game as well?
Yeah, but... Like...
10 seconds remaining.
This is so much more convincing. Last game I
5
said it was
seconds
like
remaining.
more execution based. I just had a preference. This game, I think I shouldn't speak in definites, but if I was a drafter looking at this, I would want to play IG's draft every single time. That being said, LGD do have, if they do get a decent lane and the game kind of equalizes, their game is a lot more stable. That's one of the main things I think they have going for them. IG have this like inevitability that they're going to feel like they have to do something at some point because Storm is going to be a huge problem as this game goes on. Especially with maybe playing it. I don't like to do this normally, but certain players and certain heroes just, you know, they're more scary than other people, you know?
Indeed. No, I totally get this. And I feel really, really afraid because like I said earlier on during the draft, these are basically their trademark heroes, and OP has done exceptionally well in Lina as well. I mean, it's not consistent, but when you compare it to like, you know, Burning's Lifestealer, you compare it to Baboka's Monkey King. Regardless, I think that was like the first time we see in an IG game where Baboka does not get a courier snipe. Do you realize that?
I didn't until you said it, but you are a Baboka fanboy, so you track
Hey,
everything he does.
that's not true. I'm a Monkey King fanboy. There's a difference.
Yeah, and this guy is a Monkey King god, so you're inherently a fanboy, right?
No. Maybe.
I mean, you talk about him every single game.
I
I
have
don't
to.
blame you.
Hmm.
Oh, they saw this ward. That's a big deal.
You're gonna take care of it. Easy 100 gold. Is that what kind of ward is that? I've never seen that ward before.
Some kind of Tinker ward, I guess?
Yo, that's cool, man. That's really cool. What the heck? Is that from the battle pass?
I don't think so. I could be wrong, though.
No, don't they ward it yet? Don't they ward it yet? I want to. I can't see what is it called, but
Here you go, man. There's this one.
thank you. So someone in chat, please tell me where this ward came from. This is a really nice ward. Yeah.
Oh,
these-
the Magnus has cliffed himself. Oh, feels bad, man.
Oh shit! What the? Well done. Well done. No, leave him there.
At least hit the. Oh no, he's gonna TP out. He's
Leave
gonna
it-
live.
The battle begins.
Are you serious? Oh, calculated.
Oh, he shrines. This is a pretty good win for IG.
Calculated, man.
But that is not like calculated at all.
Space created.
Yeah.
He's forcing them to just like do stupid things.
Yeah, and now look what he's doing. He's trying to drag the creep wave, and he's gonna like lose half of his health pool doing this. He's probably not even gonna keep the creeps because you have to skewer away,
Level 11.
and he probably de-aggroes.
Maybe not. Maybe not.
No, wow.
He has a tango. He's okay. I mean,
Full base armor.
he burns up all his regen for this, but I wouldn't say it's worth it. Oh my god.
Oh, I would for sure.
You use up 4 tangos in a shrine and you tell me this is worth it?
I mean, the shrine was a previous thing, but
We need to have a word later on, man.
getting this wave is like... You have no right getting this wave in a lot of ways. And now the next wave is also going to be in your tower range. You kind of get like 2 waves for free. This is called winning your off lane.
Radiant's top tower
Whereas
is
if you
under
look at
attack.
IG, Phoenix is bottom, and he ain't getting Jack.
He never gets Jack anyways. I always find that this as a pause 5, he always gets dumped into the off lane just to make sure he gets something, like even 25% of a level, while XXS just like, thank you, I sell jungle.
It's all up to the clock to deal with that though. And so far he's tracking the movements pretty well. And that's really easy to do when you have a ward, like they do on the bottom bounty rune
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
by the secret shop.
Not sure what Baboka is doing, but you keep the creeps to the neutral camp. That's denying burning some CS. He must be annoyed. Let's talk about the middle lane. We haven't talked about that yet. Maybe versus OP. Maybe he had an amazing game in the previous one. So we're looking to see whether he can replicate that same success.
So far he's looking pretty good. Normally I would favor Lina in this matchup pretty heavily, but maybe he's dominating CS. He's a full wave ahead. Here
Oh,
comes
now
the
here
pressure.
comes the slow. And with the Boundless Strike, they should have enough damage. Baboka, the Over Venom tick, actually getting him the first blood. So, the Monkey King. He is the true Monkey King. No, I
And
need to
this is
stop.
where the matchup gets skewed.
I need to
Radiant's
stop
middle
before
tower
you
is
say
under
that I'm his
attack.
fanboy.
Ah, I don't care, dude. Be biased all you want.
I can't be biased. I'm a caster, dude. I can't be. Twitch will be like, biased caster. Baby
I
rage.
think the only thing that's wrong with being biased is if you don't compliment the team you're biased against. Like, if you only say good things about your team, then that's completely bullshit. As long as you recognize the other team is, if they do anything good. If they don't do anything good, then you're perfectly safe. But you know what I mean.
I do. And alright, Baboka has a Boundless Strike. Wacha! And there we go. Old 11, does he die here? They need the Over Venom slow. No! He actually gets out. Those
Dire's
boots,
top
man.
tower is under attack.
value. And bottom lane, okay, on the bright side, Q, he has level 2. He even gets the side pull off, but the Crystal Maiden will drag the aggro to the side. Where's this Clockwork again? Oh yeah, Victoria. With his boots, he just wants level 3.
Oh wow. Maybe he's jungling straight up. And this is why like I prefer the Lina in this matchup. You just have so much more kill potential on the Storm. And I think after that first death, maybe he's like cutting his losses and just saying, you know what, clock goes mid. Chances of him dying are a bit less. Maybe he can rotate back when he gets 6.
Victoria was looking, I think he saw Baboka, but now the double damage rune, they may actually think about going for this kill here. The cogs are going to come out. Does he go for a boundless strike? Yeah, no.
That sounds like some mouth exercises that the singers do when they're warming up.
Kinda. I mean, I had to do it when I studied music for a while, so.
Dire's
Are you
bottom
sing?
tower is under attack.
Not really, but it was part of my class. Like, my teacher was from Broadway, so he taught us all these things. It was a nice experience to learn, though.
Gold for my master.
I don't think I could do that. Sounds
Weird.
Dire's
Weird, yeah.
structures are fortified.
You get used to it after a while. Alright, bottom lane. Putting a lot of pressure into the tier 1 tower. And Clock, for the first time, actually may look to go in Q, but without a reliable stun, just a little battery tonk tonk tonk.
Dire's bottom
Q
tower
doesn't
is
really
under
die
attack.
here, does he?
you
hold
can
on.
cancel it if the Phoenix mistimes for Q.
If Q mistimes the Q. Okay, seems good.
I don't call skills by their name most of the time. It's like I use the button.
No one's saying anything, dude. I'm just saying as well.
It's just unfortunate that his name also
It's Q.
coincides with the name of the letter of the skill I was referring
He
to.
could have been using, I don't know, legacy keys.
Well, I don't use legacy keys.
Legacy
and I have no
keys.
idea what it would be for Phoenix, because when I played Dota 1, it wasn't when Phoenix was in the game.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Nope, he's gonna Icarus dive away. But Victoria,
He's still
oh no.
dead.
He's
in
dead,
the
he's
shrine.
dead, he's dead. I don't think so, he's under the shrine. He pops it, but that's still a pretty big win for the Clock. Just getting him to pop the shrine.
Dire's bottom tower
A bit
is under
unnecessary,
attack.
but it's alright. And this game actually kind of slow paced. XXS getting closer to the Vanguard. Maybe he's getting good CS from the jungle. I mean, who knew hitting creeps in the jungle is such a tough thing.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
They finally kill Q, and they get the tower kill into Army as well.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Good stuff for them. And now you see a small net worth lead developing. They're just all farming pretty well. The Magnus is slightly behind the Axe, but otherwise they're ahead on every... if you match the heroes up 1 for 1, they're ahead on everything except the Mag. Which I suppose is to be expected. He's doing really well considering. Like, he had to burn his shrine and all of his regen early. And this is why pulling that wave is completely worth it.
Well, he's gonna trade hits with Vulcan on the top lane. Getting that Jingu mastery now. They still have a boundless strike. Can they? Ooh. Okay. Oh, he didn't go down. He's still there. Now zipping in. Nope. Maybe he's just saying hi. Who did they even
This
jump
is not
here?
what the Storm wants to be doing.
You cannot jump Burning. He is the last person you want to jump right now. Maybe the Phoenix, maybe the Monkey King. Like, break his
They ain't
trees.
jumping shit. If they got the monkey with the zip on the tree, I think that's the only thing. It was like save your buddy TP. But if this is farm that you don't get if you don't make that TP, and you're taking it away from IG, so maybe making the best of mediocre TP.
Oh, bottom lane, XXS could be in trouble. They go for the slow here, actually getting the Frostburn to the Axe, but he's really tanky. Despite the Omni Slash, it may not be enough to kill XXS. Tank going up, getting some good regen, so he's okay.
Good decently time on this Vanguard. It's gonna let him farm ancients as well, which is really nice.
This used to be a staple of Chinese drafts. Like, you get a Sven and an Axe, you think like, okay, he's stacking for the Sven, but it turns out you stack for the Axe, and he's gonna get a Blink and Vanguard by 10 minutes. Maybe. Looks like he may be zipping here for Q. He already did the Icarus dive away, and of course zipped one more bang. Maybe he gets himself a very lovely kill.
And a free creep wave.
Very nice.
That is a hasted Lina though, so he gotta pull some sick jukes here, otherwise he dead.
Laguna Blade. Run. Run. Juke. Juke. Ooh.
Looking for me?
But the haste is
He's
actually going to
dead.
expire. Oh, never mind. The Dragon Slave range is just too long.
He tried.
He did. Oh, else.
He failed.
Dire's middle tower is under
Yao.
attack.
Thinking about going into Baboka. He did smoke up for this. When he immediately gets out, Baboka has a ward. Monkey King ward saving the Monkey King.
Probably also gives them an idea that LGD have a ward here.
This'll come in handy.
You normally don't make that kind of play as a CM if you don't have vision around the area.
Maybe just farming up the top lane now. Net worth is a bit behind the Lina. It should have been a bit more, but because he did start in the jungle, or rather he did go to the jungle. Meanwhile, Victoria trying to get to level 6. With the level 6, then he can actually, I would say he can actually start hunting this Monkey King.
You can start hunting in general. I think Lena's the main target. The only problem with it is this game, other than the Jug, his cores aren't the most active.
Oh, the Sunray, they want to burn Victoria down. Do they have enough? The Jingu Mastery should be more than enough damage. Do they have a Boundless Strike? They already used it though. Victoria should be dying to the Fire Spirits. Now going to spin Baboka down. So it's going to be a 1-for-1 trade, but Ame does have the Omni Slash. Does he? No, he actually manages to Icarus dive away. Very, very unfortunate. With the healing ward, they will start to take away this
Dire's
tier
middle
1 just a bit.
tower is under attack. Dire's structures are
Good
fortified.
counterplay on that part. I was just about to say other than Jug. Like, this is the hero you generally move around with. And they're
Ooh,
gonna
they find a
put
monkey,
free
they break all the trees. Very nice and easy kill. Baboka. That trick's getting old. The LGD are like,
Radiant's bottom
we know he's
tower is
there.
under attack.
This skewer's pretty good.
Old 11 with the back, man. The map.
And now they're just like catching them everywhere.
Yeah,
This
and
is
bottom
so
lane,
good for
XXS
LGD.
just dying. So LGD.
Glorious things.
And he gets the +3 region. Okay, I have to talk about the Storm talents. What do you think about the +3 region over the +20 damage?
Always regen in my opinion. I've seen people take the damage, but I'm not a fan. The regen
Okay.
just scales so amazingly with like every item you get. And even with a CM on the
Dire's
team, you
middle
might think,
tower is under
yeah,
attack.
you can never have enough regen on Storm. If you have 100 per second, you're gonna chew through it.
The bounty which
But
makes you
one thing I do want to talk about is like I feel like every time I see lifestealers with some kind of vehicle like Phoenix, Ricky, etc. early, and then
Omni Slash when burning to the top lane. Ame, he's so close. Burning's gonna infest. Does he doesn't have an infest. Or does he?
does.
Oh, to the creep! Oh no, he actually may pay for it of his life. Now he comes out, but the egg is going to be there. It's only a level 1 egg, but actually LGD, they'll actually just walk this one off. The healing one's going to be there. And I think they go back in right now. Does he have the shockwave? RP going to be used for this? Yao already getting the OP. Ooh.
Crit.
Crit for me, senpai. Sunray keeping burning alive. Everything on B guard. Keep the B guard alive. Q, you can die. But
There's your
burning.
crit.
Oh, burning. No way. Are you serious? Oh, it's okay. Here's
Nice.
maybe. It's fine. Maybe's here. He took the kill. But I think he wants to go for the monkey. Monkey. Easy kills here for Maybe. But Ame crits him down. Dominating streak for Ame. And they get themselves like what? 3 kills. Make it 4 if you include OP across the map who died to the CM. So
I just don't understand Dota apparently.
nobody does, man. I mean, you said that IG. This is the draft a draft you would always want to be playing, but LGD.
Like, the thing I don't understand, and this is where like I'm really unconfident to say certain things because I don't understand it 100%. But when I see like Lifestealer Phoenix, when this Lifestealer gets like phase boots level 7,
Oh, the hook.
you want to see him.
They find XXS, and looks like maybe he's gonna find himself a very nice kill. Bloodstone, good timing, and now here comes Lifestealer. Well, he's fighting under the shrine. Not the smartest idea, and they know that all the 11's here as well. RP up in 30 seconds, but I don't think the fight will last that long. Who knows? Boundless Strike onto 2 into. Ooh, the Light Strike away and the Laguna Blade. All 11 still like laying out the Shockwave. Big spells coming out, and Yao. The ouchies, full team wipe. All 11. getting a ton of gold. He dies, but still.
No, okay, I want to go back to my point while they're all dead. Like,
Okay.
when you have this bomb, and they have,
Dire's middle
like,
tower is under
admittedly,
attack.
Storm's not the easiest hero to connect on. Same thing for Jug. But they just didn't use their lifestealer at all. This hero, he doesn't like to sit and AFK farm, especially when LGD get more out of it. Like, if this Storm's untouched, he's going to do more than Lina. Same for Jug because of Empower.
Okay.
And I just feel like IG put no pressure this game, and I'm very open to being wrong about this, but I think you just bomb with your lifestealer.
Oh,
You stop
Victoria,
it from
I'm
happening.
sure he knows the Boundless Strike goes onto 1, but the Colony goes onto the Clockwork. Now the Skewer back, RP into 2. The Sun is keeping them alive for now. This is actually a pretty good egg, zoning them out. But it looks like the Clockwork will be the only one to die as LGD actually just retreat. If anything, they may be considering going back in. Ame, healing what's still on cooldown, but burning. Gonna find Yao over here. That's a dominating streak going the way to OP. The RP was quite decent, like he actually skewered them away from the axe, but unfortunately, the Sunray was just doing so much work.
That's like the first slip up they've made, where they've gone into an area that IG can punish them, and they didn't have the right heroes for a pretty good RP.
They're nowhere near done because they just smoked up. I think they want to fight. So we'll see where they go. I mean, Lina still trying to build towards the Bloodstone. They're going to head to the top lane. If they can kill Maybe, that's really big. Who is super close to his Bloodstone. But now looks like he's just going to TP out. And now they know that he's not in the top lane anymore. But they may just find themselves a target, which is the Crystal Maiden.
Wrong hero.
Nowhere,
You don't want the Phoenix to be finding that hero, you want the axe.
no way they could have killed him anyways.
So LGD will be pretty happy with how this is going though. They made like the one misplay, but their Storm is farming pretty happily and their Jug is topping their net worth. 50-minute Manta's pretty good. It's only going to get worse as well for them. Like, as much as I praised IG's draft, it was very much on the idea that they got off to some kind of start. But this is just going to look like, if anyone's watching the eHome games earlier where CDEC had the Storm and it just kind of started to snowball after like 20 minutes or so, this feels extremely similar. Maybe even worse because his team's
They
not
want to go
behind.
into XXS, they already get the slow up, and now with the Frostbite as well, plus the Crystal Maiden ultimate. This should be XXS down here, zipping all the way and gets the Bloodstone charge. And
And the regen rune.
okay. I mean, why not, right? If it gives you a Bloodstone charge, when you just got your Bloodstone, that's pretty big for the Storm Spirit. All these charges, they pile up. Goes well.
Doesn't lose anything either because regen just ticks him back up.
Exactly.
And getting that kill is probably the most important kill if you want to transition into Roche. And this is something that normally I don't think you can get against IG if they're on even footing with you because they just have so many scary control elements. But you get one pick off, you're far enough ahead. You get Roshan on the correct hero and it's all just looking too easy for them now.
Well, IG smoke up, we'll see if they can do something.
And they need some really big axe calls.
No, he immediately pounces away Baboka. And LGD, we'll see if they decide to fight. I mean, they do have an RP. I'm still waiting to see like that huge RP into an Omni Slash kind of thing. But haven't really seen the chance for that. Because so far, Jug and Magnus have been quite split up. So has the Storm. You can see Storm, he's cutting the creep wave top. I guess Magnus wants his Midas first.
And half the reason you haven't seen anything like that is it's very rare before like 20-25 minutes you see like these full 10 hero engagements. There's normally like 1 or 2 heroes off doing something or other, right? So I'm sure you'll see it soon.
Okay. Well,
'Cause,
LGD, they smoke up. Clockwork.
IG commit very hard when they go for
Oh, hook
jump.
shot immediately into the axe. They find XXS. He's caught up. Call's not going to save you too much. Burning. Gonna try to get through. Oh, that's a nice double RP into the Crystal Maiden ultimate, but Lifestealer's rage is still on. Old 11. He still has the skewer. Burning gets the courier. But OP's going to deny himself. And Burning now him against the well. They will get him down. So that's going to be 3 heroes dead. Storm Spirit getting 3 Bloodstone charges. Still has the Aegis. Baboka and Phoenix, the sole survivors, but I don't know. There was no Phoenix egg. This feels like a really rough game to be a Phoenix, and IG are not performing.
No, I guess that's the best way to put it. Wait. Anytime you're behind as a Phoenix, it's just rough. Like, you rely on them not committing and killing your egg because your team is strong. Unless you have like a Deuce ultimate or something, which they don't have, but they have Monkey King ult, they have an axe who's gonna call the heroes hitting it, and they just can't find it because every time LGD like picks them apart. And this is like Storm and Clockwork.
Oh, Storm
These
zipping
two
all the way,
heroes.
and he wants to go for the Phoenix. Should have enough. Will he force the Phoenix to egg? Oh no. Yes, he will. Wow, okay, that's actually a pretty big... That's a big spell to use just to live.
And he has another regen. So he gets the egg for free. And now
Oh
they
my
can just
god.
push the tier 2.
Okay, seems good.
Or they can go hit Ancients and play it safe.
I mean, he can just go farm.
I mean, if they read that IG is smoking and they don't go for the tier 2 for that reason, that's just like sick game sense. Because look how they're playing now. They know something's up. And they hit the scan
Oh,
perfectly.
Just nicely. And now this is where they immediately get out. Look at how quick they're retreating. No hesitation.
Jake's gonna bait with his Manta Illusion. This could end so well for LGD.
Oh, Victoria actually he's the bait, but the Cogs! Pretty decent timing, Victoria. And maybe with the backline as well, but the Wukong's come out. Will they be fighting inside it? And yes, but the damage output from Baboka, he's just barely inside. Yang coming out the ultimate right now. Should be killing Baboka as well. 2 heroes down on the side of Invictus Gaming with the Sunray trying to heal him up. XXS, he only got 1, and that is the Crystal Maiden, not a big kill. Q, now going to Icarus dive, but he should be dying under the tier 1. Healing ward, he gets plus 75 gold, but he will die to the tower. And now XXS looks like he's very likely to go into the grave. Maybe not, but still, that's a big team fight for LGD.
And they still have an Aegis. This is just impossible for IG.
Is under attack.
And they have to make plays like that because they're so far behind. If they let LGD control the game, they're basically just accepting their defeat. So they need to make some kind of proactive play. But even with like dropping the ward down, it's so... I'm not going to say luck based, but if you just don't find the right hero or you don't execute that initial 2 seconds of the starting fight properly, you can just lose it straight up. And that's kind of what happened there because Clock had like the perfect cogs. And it completely disrupted them, and then LGD could like take control of the fight because they had all the information of where the heroes were showing.
Oh, maybe he's going straight for the Phoenix. He was caught in mid-dive. Very nicely done. Well, he gets stunned up, and then Laguna bit, but that's the Aegis pop. I heard an RP. Okay, catches 1. That's burning, but looks like XXS almost dying. Actually, maybe not. Now they pop the Phoenix egg. Maybe he's just going to zip away. And now the egg will die to Ame. This is where they go and chasing. Maybe he wanted to find a kill, but immediate TP out from the axe. And this means that they get the tier 2 tower.
Just more collateral, and the fact they get some use out of their Aegis just before it expires. Really well timed fight from LGD.
Now zipping all the way to the monkey, but unfortunately he's already TP'd out. Baboka sensing the danger. So he's gonna dodge one, but still. What's really scary for IG, I feel, is that they haven't even taken a single tier 1 tower. LGD are just completely outplaying them every way.
Yeah, I hadn't even noticed that actually. But it makes sense, right? 'Cause like, they haven't had a single good thing go their way. Not that I recall, at least. Oh wait, they killed the Storm once because Lean had a haste rune. That was about it. You know, I'm a pretty pessimistic Dota player, but there's just nothing that's gone right for them this game. I feel like you're an eternal optimist, right? So what can you hope for IG here?
Victoria again with the map pack, and of course maybe zips all the way in. XXS.
Like, look at this shit.
Oh, maybe
They can't even hide in the trees and like cut waves or anything because Clockwork and Storm. So you can't split the map, you can't fight them because you have to commit onto their cores and they have a Magnus. And if they don't want you to fight them, they're not going to let you fight them because they have Storm. Who's just
maybe zipping all the way in. He's found the Phoenix as well. Bloodstone donations incoming from IG. They have to be so tilted right now. And they will just take the easy tier 2. How do you even breach high ground? Can they break the high ground?
I think they definitely can, but you know, the Chinese Dota risk thing. The jug's really tanky. 22-minute scatty, 23-minute, and you just spin anything that's coming in.
To the Storm Spirit, they popped the Shrine already on OP, man, that's not ideal.
And now all the heroes are up, they're gonna back off. They did a good chunk
Maybe
of
not,
damage.
maybe
to
not.
Tier
All
3.
11 could be looking for a skewer. Waiting for one hero.
Yeah, they've got the vision in the face. Like, this ward is maybe gonna win them the game.
Just waiting for the heroes to show, but okay, they take care of the ward immediately.
Okay, that's good from Q. That's like so scary if they gotta jump because of that ward. Now they're probably gonna fully back off. They just have like so much control. If you look at IG's vision, it's not even bad. It's pretty telling of where heroes are. They just can't really use it for anything.
Pudding pop.
Like, even that goes against.
Oh, they tried to jump into the Storm Spirit, but unfortunately, the call wasn't really there. But Army is coming in right now. They're going to zip all the way in for XXS. The Omni Slash is going to be solely onto Bernie, who's going to walk to the Shrine. Do they have enough damage? I think they do. Thinking about using the RP for this. Yes, they find 2! And that's what they needed. Of course, they'll take care of XXS immediately. Maybe he's looking for the Phoenix. He pops the egg away. Can he right-click the egg? I don't think so. The right-clicks from OP too much. Frostbite will save him. And maybe he's really close to dying. He's going to zip away. Sunray. Oh, nice change our direction. So there's no way the Sunray could have changed. But meanwhile, you look at LGD. These guys are ready to head back in with the healing ward. Looking at all 11. He has a skewer in 8 seconds. We'll see if he can find a target. Oh, zips away. Oh, they cut the tree.
Got the right tree.
He cut the right tree. Find him. He's there.
And you don't really have the follow-up, but what a god.
Skewer. No. Oh, that's so sad.
So that was like one of the first fights that IG didn't get completely obliterated in. And that's mostly down to the axe, I think.
Whoa, what I
Like,
miss?
Burning dies to a solo Omni Slash, and they opt to not focus Felina with the Jug after she gets RP'd because they wanted to help with the hero and the cogs. And the egg didn't really do that much either, but like, I don't know what more you can ask for.
26 to 8. Let's take a look at the net worth chart. It's almost 20,000.
That's just a bad idea, man. It's depressing.
EXP as well. I mean, if you're IG, considering the fact that they are still able to make these smoke movements, and
They have to.
yeah, like they have to. But the thing is that you can find the courage to do so. That says something about the mental
And
strength
like,
of
look
this
at
team.
this game sense. Instant scan.
They know. Storm
And
Spirit
unless
has to be
maybe
careful.
gets cocky.
They scan him out. They know he's there. But he's already TP'd out.
You know when Toby sees like 5-man black holes
Mhm.
and he goes like super PogChamp over it? That's not shit that particularly excites me, but just seeing these teams absolutely understand exactly what the other team is doing. And that is so hard to do.
Oh,
Like,
hold
just-
on.
just
Victoria,
don't-
he finds the hookshot once more. He's found it. And maybe goes straight to the backline. He wants to kill off this Phoenix. I think he should be able to. Yes, he will. Now, where's the RP? All 11. He's going to use it purely into burning. And burning will die to the solo Omni Slash. 4 heroes down the side of IG. It's a complete disaster. And now the suicide from OP. When he suicides, I don't think it's there to just deny the kill, but it's more like, I'm done. The GG is called. They've had it. IG have been stomped so hard, and there goes all 11. It is a disaster, and Burning immediately disconnects. Looks like he will. Both B legends will not be at the summit.
Yeah, they definitely did not show up to the series. Like, LGD just... They spanked them. It was disgusting how like, they were just playing on a different level throughout both games. I think first game they had like a slightly favorable draft, but I would not favor them going into this game. And again, maybe I end up being wrong because teams blatantly don't want to do what I feel like Lifesteal is good at doing. And they're better Dota players than me. If they don't deem it's worth it, then I'm not going to question it. But it makes me like have less faith in this kind of draft when I see that, because they just let LGD come online. Like when they're actually weak to some extent and they can't really fight you, you didn't pressure them, and the control of the game just completely slipped away from them.
It didn't
I
just slip
suppose
out of control, man. This was a complete snowball coming up from LGD.
It's almost like 1K a minute as well. But both these games have been just insane. And IG are not, even if they don't show up and they play at like 70%, they've been a team that's on a massive roll recently. And sure, teams are figuring them out, but they're still composed of amazing players who understand the game, and they're going to be able to play from deficits. But LGD read everything. Like, if Xiao was in this game, he would literally be reading off a script and ticking off every little bit.
And if anything, this has to be completely demoralizing for IG because they have all their trademark heroes. I mean, the last time we saw Burning on the Lifestealer, he had an amazing, perfect game. But Boca had the Monkey King as well, and we're talking about this is basically like the Chinese Jerax. I mean, you could get destroyed like that on a hero, on one of your trademark heroes. That says something. So, I mean, what really lost him the game? Was it just the decisions in game? He's level 9.
Before I answer that, I'm going to say the same thing about LGD, right? 11's Mac is pretty good. I feel like Ame plays Jug nearly every game I see him, and maybe Storm is like trademark as well, right?
Yeah.
So you can kind of say the same thing. But I feel like for everything LGD did good, IG didn't do anything to like put them under pressure or make them make a bad decision when they actually had some say in the game. Like the Axe went AFK jungle for the first 8 minutes of the game, came out with a Vanguard. The item doesn't put pressure on LGD when you're running around with no boots. And then Burning didn't move from his safe lane for about 11 minutes, I feel like, maybe 10. They just didn't use their heroes to do anything aggressively, and that completely played into LGD's hands. The one time they put any pressure on, maybe, he dealt with it perfectly. Like, he died once, went into the jungle, AFK farmed, came out with equal, if not more, than what the Lina had, and the Clockwork also got levels, which is just pure efficiency.
All right. So, I mean, really, really well played from LGD. I don't think any of us were expecting these two games to be such a stomp. So, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. This is the second best of 3 series. We will see the lowest bracket finals, which means LGD will face off against eHome. And the winner of that match
really good.
will be playing against CDEC in the grand finals for this Chinese qualifier of the Summit 7. So anyways, my name is Hades, and this is PQMZ. You can find me at Hades.tv. You can find my co-caster at PQMZ Dota_. On Twitter, of course, do tweet us. If you like the cast, if you're so obliged, do give us a like, give us a follow, or if any feedback, let us know as well. So we'll be back for our third series shortly, which is actually not that shortly, it's like maybe an hour, but don't forget you can also follow the other streams from Beyond the Summit. I think they have the Epicenter stream going on right now. We'll be taking quite a bit of a break, so we'll see you guys in an hour. I'm not sure whether PQ will be joining me. Any shoutouts, PQ, in case you're going?
Nice, thanks for having me on. And LGD, boss game, like really impressive stuff from them.
Definitely. I think this was one of their best games to date, like to really stomp out a strong team like IG.
It feels like both series today have had like at least a game where one team doesn't show up, and IG just kind of unfortunately didn't show up in either game.